Cardiff gaming market and some pickups. Let's go! What's going on YouTube? Welcome to the channel, or welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all doing swell. Okay, so yes, we're going to talk about Cardiff gaming market and pickups, and I've got some other bits. They are pickups that I've acquired over the last couple of weeks. Okay, I think I've got everything here. God, it's a mess. Not very organised around here. I've got my notes as well. Okay, guys. So yeah, the past weekend, so Sunday just gone, was Cardiff gaming market. Okay. Did I enjoy? Yes, I did. I always enjoy going out with the boys, my crew, my ghetto gang. We'll get to that. My ghetto gang. Yeah, so it was me, my imaginary friend Chris. Shout out my imaginary friend Chris, and it was Luxton. Shout out Luxton. Okay, so yeah, we went to Cardiff, and I finally bumped into my next door neighbour. It's not actually my next door neighbour, he lives a street over. Retro Red Steve. It was really good to see you, Steve. I was dying for a piss, and he was coming out to the toilets while I was going in. This is before we even got to the games market, this was, okay? So maybe it's a good tip, experience, to have a piss before you go into these things, because you don't want to be looking for the toilets when you're in there. Yeah, so I met Steve, and I got to briefly meet his mates, who've both have got YouTube channels as well. Goodwin's Place, Craig, I think his name is. This channel's been going for years and years and years. I've watched quite a few of his videos now. Really good stuff. And Metropolis, and it's Matt, okay? Subscribe to both of their channels. I'll try and remember to tag all the channels I talk about in the description thing, okay? So yeah, it was nice to meet you guys. And then when we were in there, I think I'd done like 2 laps, and I bumped into the boys again. It was nice to see what they'd picked up and show off what I'd picked up as well. So yeah, all good stuff. Same thoughts, I suppose, as everyone else. It was very, very busy. Was it too... Some stalls, it felt too busy. It was like, there was a really... down the middle aisle, I think it was 3 aisles you could go down, but down the middle one, there was a really popular stall on this side, and there was a really popular stall directly opposite. So it was like, it was just too many people in that particular section. But we're all in the same boat. We're all just like, yeah, you got to be patient and deal with it, okay? It is nice, though. I got to be honest, it's really nice. This is my second or maybe third time going to this. No, it's my third time going. And I think this was, I haven't seen the sales figures or anything like that. This definitely felt the busiest, okay? But it is nice to see so many other people enjoying our niche. It's not, I wouldn't say it's a niche anymore, is it? The hobby that I absolutely love. It's so nice to see so many other people enjoying it. So, yeah, it was nice to look around and stuff. It was nice to see, I did a little bit of people watching, you could say. It's nice to see, like, families where, like, a bit of, like, father and son bonding, where it's, like, our generation, we grew up with the Master System, Mega Drive, Super Nintendo, but it's nice to see, like, what looked like 10, 11-year-old kids getting excited when they're picking up Mega Drive games and stuff like that. So our hobby is doing well. It seems to be, it's in good hands, if you ask me. It's not a dying off hobby, you know. Yes, the flip side of that is it's reflected in the prices, I suppose. I haven't got any footage, okay? Luxon did say, are you going to do any, like, filming? I think in the Bristol Games Market, I literally had about 30 seconds worth of footage. I think I was waiting for the boys, so just got the camera out and did a little bit of filming and did a short. But I'm not there. That's not why I'm there. I'm there to enjoy it. This is my socializing. I don't go out. I'm sad, right? I don't go to the pubs because I quit drinking alcohol. I don't do clubs. I'm too old for that. Okay. So by filming it, I think it takes me away from creating these memories with my friends and stuff like that. There were people there. You could see them filming. I saw one guy. I don't know his YouTube channel name. He's like one of those clickbait channels, like CX is shutting down. I think, oh my God, CX is shutting down. One of my favourite places to get my retro stuff. And then it's first line, CX isn't shutting down, but imagine it does. What would we do? And I was like, oh, fuck off, mate. I saw him there. But yeah, again, if you're there for content, making content, more power to you. But that's, in case you're wondering, where's my footage? I don't really go there for all that shit, you know. Did meet Tootie UK. Second time I met him. I met him in Bristol Games Market. Absolute legend. He did me a deal on, I think it was Talker 2 on the PlayStation. Did me hell of a deal on that. I do apologise as well if you're watching this. I did plan to go back and say goodbye and just have a quick debrief. Did he have a good day? His stall looked very busy. Every time I kind of glanced over there, he seemed really busy, you know. But we ended up going into, there was a rumour going round that with our wristband, it gets you into Comic-Con as well. So the Games Market had about a third or even a quarter of this big arena, okay? And then, so obviously Comic-Con had the bigger area, but it wasn't, by the time we went in there, it was really quiet. There was no waiting at any of the stalls. You could just comfortably walk up and down. It almost feels like, I think Retro Red Steve said this in his video, they could maybe move that, fake wall over a little bit to give the gaming market a little bit more space that it needed. I don't know, I maybe while I was in the games bit, that's when Comic-Con could have been so busy, but it was kind of, we did our circuit there, and then I was ready to go home. I'd had enough by that point. So, Tootie, I'm sorry I didn't come and say goodbye and give you a hug and a high five and a fist bump and a kiss, etc, etc. But I hope you had a really good day. The cool thing with Tootie is he's a vendor, but he's been collecting video games for years. You can tell just by watching any of his videos. He's got a lot of experience, but it's nice that he knows what it's like to be a customer and a vendor. He's got a different perspective. Definitely go check. If you've heard of me, you've probably heard of Tootie UK, okay? Some of the prices, okay? I don't mind paying a little bit more money. Okay, I like I'm sure a lot of you do. I like to use CX as my my guide, if you like, and like a rough guide. So if it's £30 in CX, yeah, I happily pay 35, maybe 40 if it's in good condition. And then you've had a good deal if it's less than what CX are selling it for, okay? But there was one game I really wanted. It was for the Japanese Sega Saturn. It was Virtua Fighter Remix, and everything was priced apart from like this box that I was looking through, and I was looking, oh yes, and that was one of the games I really wanted to pick up. And on eBay it sells for about, I've seen it go for £12 up to like £20. So it didn't have a price on it. So I asked the guy, I said, oh, excuse me, what's the price on this? And then the guy asked the other guy, so I'm thinking the owner or whatever, and he took a look at me and went, £60. Like, it was so obvious, pulling a number out of thin air. And I was like, £60. And it wasn't in that good condition. It was all right condition, but it wasn't like minty like your mum or anything like that, So that was the only time when I thought that was really expensive. But I thought everywhere else, all the pickups that I've got, we will get to the pickups, all the pickups that I have got, that I bought there, with very competitive prices, very reasonable prices, okay? So If you look hard enough in these gaming markets, guys, you can find there's good stuff in there for good prices, okay? Oh, then I got notes, okay? So, looking off camera, I've got, my notes are Mong Stall. There was one stall, okay? And I call him Mong Stall. And I was just happened to be in the right place to hear, I was in between two different customers, okay? And I heard a very interesting exchange, if you like. And I left there going, that was a bit weird. But I'm glad I heard it, okay? So we got a customer said there was something behind. All the good stuff's behind, isn't it? All the good, the expensive stuff. They're not going to have it out the front, okay? It's all behind. So there was I don't know what it was, because I was looking, doing my thing, but I could hear what was going on. So this customer said, oh, can I buy that, please? And the vendor said, sorry, it's reserved for Callum, Retro Ghetto. So he's another YouTube channel, okay? And then the guy went, he said there was another bit of a thing, and I thought, oh, okay, so something reserved, whatever. So I carried on looking. So there was a customer this side of the thing, so we call him customer number 2. So then this guy said, can I reserve this game and pay for it later on my way out? And the vendor said, no, sorry, we don't reserve anything. But he literally, if I could hear it, this guy here could hear this exchange. So he's reserving stuff for, I think his name's Callum. He said Callum. He said, no, sorry, we don't reserve anything. So the customer number 2 said, what about the ghetto guy? He said. And the vendor said, that's different. And I can't remember exactly what he said. He said, that's different. He definitely said that. I'm in his ghetto gangbang shit. I don't think he said gangbang, but he was one of these people that gives money to him every month for some reason, okay? But it was, I thought, right, I don't want to, I just left that vendor, okay. And he looked at me, he gave me a funny look, as if I was going to back him up, as if, yeah, he's a gangbanger or something, a ghetto gangbanger. So I thought that was interesting exchange. Now, this isn't an attack on Retro Ghetto, okay? Because if someone says, oh yeah, I'll reserve it for you, I don't know what it was. Say it's an arcade stick or something like that. I've actually bought an arcade stick, the first Cardiff Games Market. It is a bit of a bollock to walk around with it because it was boxed as well. So if, when I bought that, they said, do you want to leave it here and pick it up on your way out or pay for it on your way out, I would have said, oh, thank you so much. Okay? So it's not his fault, but it was interesting to see what these people that give money, I just pictured them looking, I don't know what I pictured, but the guy didn't seem, I call him Mong Stall, he wasn't a Mong, but he seemed like a fully functioning human being. But I thought that was it just stood out as a bit, oh, that was a funny exchange, but it wasn't good customer service for customer number 2. Or customer number 1, if you like. Do you know what I mean? So, anyway, yeah, so we left there, then we went into Comic-Con, and I didn't buy anything in Comic-Con. I was more focusing on my gaming stuff, okay? So, what did I buy? I got stuff, what did I buy? I got loads of stuff to show you. I think this is, yeah, about 6 games. I'll start with this. I said in my previous video, okay, I wasn't leaving there without a Japanese Sega Saturn game, okay? And I've never heard of it. This is what we'd call a complete blind buy. Niku. Now, I've done my research. I haven't played the game yet, but it's based on an anime, okay? I don't know if it came over this part of the world, okay? But I think it's a Japanese exclusive. I like the look of the back. I'm kicking myself now. I wish I bought more. This is the only Japanese Saturn game I bought. Price, I think it was £22, something like that. But yeah, so that is my first Japanese Sega Saturn game, okay? And the funny thing when I bought this vendor had a massive table. It must have been 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 tables, just game. You know what it's like if you've been to these games markets. It was amazing. And I squeezed in, I had my area, and it was right where the Japanese Saturn games were. So I was going through every single one, because the hard thing, again, I'm new to this, the hard thing is you can't see what the hell it says unless you can read Japanese. My Japanese is a little bit rusty, okay? You can't see what game it is, so you've literally got to pull every single game out to have a look what it is, okay? And this just caught my eye. So I wanted to pay, and I couldn't see anyone working in this stall, okay? So my imaginary friend Chris was behind me. I said, oh, where'd you pay? And I think he had just bought something from them as well. But it was the man who was sitting down, like, from where I was standing, but at least 3 tables away. He was sitting there, like, at the till, and he had those little contactless payment things. So then I went, right, okay, and I thought, well, I got it in my hand. I felt a bit strange, so I had to, like, step back into the crowd. And then, of course, you step back, someone else swoops into where you were standing because they're waiting, okay? Then I was walking towards where you pay, and I thought, nobody's looking at me. I could have had... Some of the games were well over £50, okay? I could have just had a handful of games and then gone and just blended in the crowd. So, they're very trusting, and all the games have got the discs in there as well, okay? But I really hope there's some dishonest people out there might have taken advantage of that situation, okay? But yeah, that was the first Saturn game I picked up. This was actually, as soon as we went in, we paid for the 11 o'clock entry, so you can do 11 o'clock entry, pay a little bit less for 12 o'clock entry, and then even less again for the 1 o'clock entry, okay? So we were like the early birds. So the first stall I went to, I picked this up. Wung Tang, Taste the Pain for the PlayStation. Now, I had this in my hand, or version of this, in the Bristol Games Market, but it was in terrible condition. But this one's nice. It hasn't got the manual, unfortunately, but the disc is nice and clean, like your mum as well. Yeah, it's one of those games I've always liked the look of. Didn't play it back in the day, but yeah, happy to have that bad boy in the collection. Can't remember how much it was. It was probably around about £15, something like that. I remember this one. Oh, it says on the side. This is £3, okay? Superbike 2000. So, yeah, it's got £3 on the side and everything. Nice condition for £3. I know this was a big selling game back in the day, wasn't it? It's got my boy Carl Fogarty on the disc. That's some nice disc art, that is. Don't know if you can see. I was more MotoGP, but I kind of grew up. Whenever MotoGP wasn't on, when the Superbikes are on, I used to watch it now and again. But yeah, classic, absolute classic of a racing game, that is. So I got that. Then I've got to give a shout out to Luxton. I wasn't buying in Bristol, okay, Bristol Games Market. I just had my motorcycle accident payout, so I had like over £3,000 put into my bank account a couple of days before Bristol Games Market, okay? So I was literally buying every single Master System game I could find in decent condition and decent enough price. I think I bought like at least 10 Master System games there. But I was being a bit more fussy with this one. But one of the games I really, really wanted, and Luxon was the one that tracked this down, was Double Hawk. I did a video like last week before I went saying, these are the games I really want to find. And this was one of them. It's in lovely condition. Hasn't got the fucking hang tag thing. It's not the end of the world. Has got the manual and all the gubbins. It's all in there, guys. It's all in there. Haven't played it yet. But that was one of the big hitters that I wanted to pick up there. And Luxon was the one that found it. And they had GP Rider as well. Look how good this game looks. This is for the Sega Master System. And happy birthday as well to the Sega Master System. 40 years young this week or a couple of days ago. So yeah, so that's actually everything I picked up in the Cardiff gaming market. So I didn't spend an absolute fortune. But like, the first year I went was when I bought one of the pride and joys of my entire games room. I bought this. And it's modded as well. It's one of the best fight sticks I've got, okay? So I bought that. The next year we went, not Luxon, my imaginary friend Chris bought a power glove. So that's really cool as well. So it's always nice to leave there with something unusual that you don't see every day. But there just wasn't anything there. The closest cool thing was they had a Tekken, I think it was Tekken 4, maybe Tekken 5 arcade stick. The Hori arcade stick. It's one of the one. Was it there? Oh, this one. Yeah, this is the GameCube version, the Soul Calibur. They had one of them, but it had lovely Tekken. I think it was Tekken 5. Could have been Tekken 4. Anyway, but it was this is in lovely condition, okay? Lovely button. It just felt a bit battered and bruised. The stick was loose like your mum's, you know what. So I don't regret leaving that there, but that would have been more of a showpiece. I've never seen one in the wild before, but to use, it would have been, might have been dropping inputs and stuff like that, you know. So, yeah, there wasn't that. Oh, they did have some press kit things. I wish I asked. It's good to go to these things just to see these unusual things. There was a Tekken 3. It was like a press kit. I've never seen one before. I think it was something like in the £400 kind of price point. So I just was more, now I'm more curious than ever. What was in there for 400 and something pound? It must have been like one-offs and stuff like that. It must have been in lovely condition or whatever, okay? But yeah, we didn't leave with anything, the wow factor kind of stuff, okay? But I have got some more stuff to show you, if you're still there. I think I spoke about this on a recent video, but I have finished it. Ghost of Yoti. Absolutely fantastic game. It's up there. It's definitely in my top 3 games of the year that I played this year. Comfortably in there. It might even be the best game. At the moment, I want to say it's between this and Fatal Fury, because Fatal Fury is class in a glass as well, isn't it? Especially with Joe Higashi recently dropping. And we got Chun-Li. Chun-Li's in Fatal Fury. Oh my god, that might be what tips that over this, okay? But I thoroughly enjoyed it. I'm not going to be trading this game in anytime soon. I'm moving on to my next games, so I might end up uninstalling it, but there's a strong possibility I'll be going back to this. I'll probably be platinum in that at some point, okay? What else did I buy? This was a Amazon pickup. I think I paid something like $7.95 for this, okay? It's still sealed, okay? So I haven't played it yet. Like sometimes Amazon just drop these games to silly money, okay? 505 Games, they're a good game developer, okay? And from my research it's a platformer with Metroidvania elements to it, with RPG turn-based combat. I've never heard of a game doing that before. And when I went, I can't remember, it was like IGN or someone reviewed it. Whenever I'm watching a review, I always click on the comments, and loads of people saying, this is the best game I've ever played, please do a sequel, etc, etc. Like, overwhelmingly positive comments on this game. I'm sure it was like $7.95 or £8, something like that. So, Indivisible. So, yeah, that looks pretty cool. Bought a book. This came out a couple of weeks ago. Young Ladies Don't Play Fighting Games. Now, this is volume 8. Volume 7 stood out. It was so good. I couldn't wait to get into episode 8 or volume 8. They're a little bit behind because they got to be translated into English, okay? A little bit disappointed with this one. At least half of the book. Yeah, half of the book starts off with a fight between a girl and her mum. In real life fight. Like proper violent punch up, okay? Over video games and school and, you know, important stuff, right? And it just goes on too long. It goes on. But what is quite funny was she's getting her ass kicked by her mum. No, it's a comedy, right? But she's getting her ass kicked by her mum. And then she remembers the fighting games that she's played. What would my main in this fighting game do? And she's doing fighting game moves on her mum, and she starts to defeat her mum. It's out there. It's a bit wacky. Yeah, I like it. It's my guilty pleasure, but I think it does set up quite nicely if there's going to be a volume 9. And it's one of those things. Then why didn't they just do this thing from the start? But I don't want to talk anymore about it. I don't want this video to go on too long, and I don't want to spoil it for anyone. Okay. This has been installed. Arrived yesterday. I'm doing the paying 3. So it was like £13 I paid yesterday, and then next month 13, and then the month after that £13. So it's really good when Amazon do that. I wish they did that with every single game, but they just seem to do it with select games. So Claire Obscure Expedition 33. It's installed. It's ready to go. That's probably going to be doing for the rest of my day. This has won some parts of the world are doing their games of the year already, their awards. And I know like Fatal Fury's won best fighting game of the year already in some parts of the world. And this has won hands down game of the year. And a lot of you guys, a lot of other people with channels have said this game is fantastic. One of my customers who works in my local CX, he said it's the best game he's ever played. He's never played anything like it. So I'm going to see what the fuss is all about, okay? So I can't say any more because it's literally just installed. Went to CX yesterday. Traded in some movies that I had lying around here. And I watched this last night. Revenge. It's under the foreign film section. Starts off speaking French. Then they speak English for the rest of the movie, and then the odd line here or there is in French. What attracted me to this movie, it's from the same director that made Substance. I thoroughly enjoyed that. If you haven't watched Substance, definitely watch it. It's one of the funniest movies I've watched all year. It's really gory as well, okay? And you can kind of tell, there's one scene where in both movies, they do this disgusting close-up. It goes through me. When people are eating, he does it in this, and in Substance, it's eating prawns, and the guys, it's like just imagine just the mouth, and then purposely eating, trying to be disgusting. It goes through me, and it is kind of that scene in this movie as well. But it's a good surprise revenge movie. Okay, really did enjoy that, and I picked this up as well. Grace Croeso I Cymru. I don't know. Yeah, this has had really good reviews. I really like the look of it. I think it's inspired by, like games like Journey. So, but it's more like, if you look at the back, it's a visual treat. It looks like you're playing in an oil painting, which I think is really, really cool. So yeah, I'm looking forward to getting stuck into that. I don't think it's the biggest game either. What else did I have to show you? I got this. Chuffed a bit with this. I will open it on video as well. Godzilla -1 Funko. Look at the size of this. I thought it was a normal size Funko. I'm going to open it up because it feels heavier. But I've had Funkos in these big boxes before. But the actual Funko itself is normal size, okay? But this was on my watch list, or wish list, whatever it's called on Amazon, for about 12 months. It was £20. They dropped it to 13. I thought, yeah, okay, let's pull the trigger. But I didn't realise it was in, well, at least this bigger box. It does look bigger though. It's hard to tell. Oh my God, it's much bigger. Oh, look at him. Oh my God. I'm actually reading the Godzilla -1 book in work. Wow, look at him. That's a bargain for 20 quid if you ask me. I'll just go grab another one just to show you a size comparison, right? Don't go anywhere. So that's a normal size Funko. So Shin Godzilla, obviously. That's a big ears. So I think normally, I did not know. I would have bought, if I knew that was that size, straight away, I would have bought that for 20 quid. Look how good he looks. Happy days. Right, guys, I think that's everything I had to show you, everything I wanted to talk to you guys about. Hope you enjoyed this little video. Have a great rest of your week. Thanks for watching. Love you. Bye.